We're live now.
We're live.
All right. Well, live broadcasting is going to be live broadcasting. And I think in terms of what just happened there, the official explanation, we kind of took a general consensus. And isn't it that, Steve, I think we came to the conclusion that Puka Nacua was just having none of it. He cut the cord, switched the power off.
Puka,
it went black because of Puka.
Puka didn't like our talk about the Rams earlier and then found out
yes.
I was ripping his card, and then he decided, hold on.
You got Vikings backers and they're ripping my card? Oh, no shot.
But, Coach, real quick, we did get to the bottom of that patch, and it turns out it just said that it was the
Rams.
Rams.
Yep, just the Rams.
Just Rams.
No player.
Do we have audio, Aaron? Yeah. Because we can't hear Coach. He is talking. Sorry, Coach. We stepped on you there. We'll bring it back. This is a live program.
Yes.
And we had a live power outage. And it was all because Johnny from the Toy Shack walked in the building.
Bad juju. Bad juju. The dark cloud followed Johnny.
We've got a live studio audience in here, too. So he came in and he had so much pent-up energy. He just released it when he came in the door.
Over. Yeah. Like a big wave.
He is electro.
Yeah, right, exactly. He calls the whole surge just by walking in.
Yeah, we're working on the audio for you, Coach.
Yeah, we'll work on the audio for Coach K or for Coach Co.
Yeah, we're waiting for you to get him up.
So again, this is what you call a commercial bumper in actuality, yeah. But while we wait on Coach Co to get that audio fixed, Jimmy, while we were getting that all worked out, you actually got a really interesting piece of breaking news. We'd actually like to hear Coach's opinion on it. So while we get that worked out, we'll wait on that. But go ahead and give us what you just got regarding Topps.
So Topps and Fanatics, they just sent out the new partnership agreements for all direct accounts. I just got mine. I'm not going to get into too much of everything because I was just scanning through it real quick during the power outage on my email.
Yes, the Puka power outage.
We
whatever
went
happened,
to our email.
But they're now claiming you have to be open a certain amount of hours, which days you have to be open, how long you have to be open, all that together, just from the beginning of it. So this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, telling people how they have to run their business. But listen, Topps came in, Fanatics came in, they spent billions of dollars taking over this industry. Now we're going to see it firsthand what's going to happen with them. Are they going to be nice to us card shop owners, or are they going to be our foe where we're all against them here soon enough? We won't know until probably next year after we see what they do with everybody's allocations and who they're going to be giving all the product to and whatnot. So it'll be very interesting. I just thought it was a good point to bring up. Like already Topps is out there saying, hey, if you want to be a direct account with us, you have to be open this many hours.
Well, I think that it's missed too, right? It's definitely missed. Yeah, go ahead and bring them on. We got live. This is Chaos Show. It's fun.
Well, we're Ages of Chaos.
You're live on the Gameday Huddle with Brett, Steve, and Jimmy, and Coach Co's in the wings. Who's this? Our second prank call of the day.
Our second ring ditch.
All right, you there?
Caller, you're on the Gameday Huddle.
We got audio from Coach.
There we go.
Coach got his audio. All right, Coach.
An audible there. Okay, I like it.
As Jimmy was saying, and last year as well as anybody, that what occurred is that when Fanatics came in, they laid out all these speculations. Hey, your shop has to look a certain way. You have to do certain types of things. There are certain events that you're going to be required to be involved with. There's all this stuff. And now we're seeing that they're adding more layers to this. How does this really kind of change? How does this really change the way that everything is kind of done from your standpoint, looking at it from your side of the hobby? Because Jimmy's looking at it as a shop owner, right? But for you, from your side, when you hear that, hey, Fanatics is saying you have to have X, Y, and Z done, or we're not going to give you allocation, the product. And look, just to preface it for people that are watching and don't really understand it, getting allocation in sports cards is like pulling teeth. So for you to be able to get allocation, it's already hard. And then sometimes they limit you. There's times you only get 3 boxes instead of a case, and you're supposed to get 3. Like, it always happens. So how do you think this now impacts the hobby space a little bit from your side, which is probably going to be a little bit more of the fan side of the hobby?
Yeah, I think it's, I have a lot of friends who own shops. I can see multiple sides of it. As a shop owner, I think it's obviously pretty scary, to have someone have so much control over your business, especially if you don't diversify. I think if you're a shop owner and you get this email, or you said it was an email, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's like a wake up call to diversify, right? So like I wouldn't be entirely dependent on one manufacturer. I wouldn't be entirely dependent on one sport. I wouldn't be entirely dependent on one source of income. You know what I mean? Like this might be your push to start getting into live streaming, into really double down on singles, into starting to maybe create content, or what else am I looking for? Maybe you want to get into TCG, or to really kind of figure out what people are looking for, and to source that and to offer those things.
You're 100%
you really don't want to. Sorry, go for it.
Sorry, you're 100% right, because we own now 3 shops here in the United States, and everybody knows me. I've never been a Pokemon guy. When they walk in, they ask about Pokemon. I send them to somebody else. Mm-hmm. But guess what? In the last 6 months, I have dove headfirst into the Pokemon craze. I can't get enough of it. My consumers, the people that are coming in and buying from us, can't get enough Pokemon. So guess what? We had to diversify. We were Game Day sports cards. Now we're Game Day trading cards. We're out there doing the Pokemon. We're doing the Lorcana. We're doing all these things. Why? Because you have to. And Fanatics has came out and shown they're going to own the license for everybody. They own it for WWE. They own it for NBA. They own it for football. They own it for baseball.
UFC.
They own UFC. They own it. They own everybody. So if you don't bend the knee and kiss the ring, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to fall way behind.
But that's why, I mean, but like think of like all the great people you've met now, that because you took that leap and you invited like TCG players into the shop, or, you know, maybe you started carrying a different type of, I don't know, like maybe certain memorabilia or whatever. Like I think this could be really good for shops that have kind of been not where they want to be and maybe intimidated to try a new space. Even if the market, people come in and ask for it and they're like, I've never done Pokemon, or I've never done Magic, or I've never done whatever. This could be a nice push. But again, like having one company have so much power over your business is a scary thing.
Scary, very scary.
I think that's like the first thing I think of is like the shops and the shop owners and some of my friends who have shops, and really kind of like what kind of impact that could have on them. From like my perspective and a consumer perspective, I think it's probably pretty cool to know what you're looking for almost. It's funny. I mean, Upper Deck has something similar to this. Like their diamond dealers, they don't necessarily tell them what their hours should be, but they're not allowed to open Upper Deck products on streams. You can't post prices of Upper Deck products. Like they're I think they started stuff like this. And I think Topps has kind of seen that, and they want to build on that with maybe more regulations, given the fact that they have a little bit more power. But, you know, if I know that every Topps certified dealer is open on Saturdays until like 7 p.m., like that might remove like a pain point for me as a consumer. Like obviously not me, because I know what channels to go through to figure out which shops are open and all that stuff. But I'm talking about the average person, the everyday person who might not be so entrenched into the sports card hobby and you know, be able to direct message a shop or whatever the case may be. So I think from a consumer standpoint, like it could be a good thing. But from a shop standpoint, like I'd definitely be afraid, truthfully.
I can see that with this, and the fact of that is that when you have destination markets, you think like LA, or you think here even, right? It's become a destination market for sports card shops. That's probably really helpful when you're like traveling or something like that. But we're getting into that area of commerce that like, do they actually run the hobby, right? That's the question. And I think that's where this starts to predicate that, because look, you've got some shops out there. I remember I took a trip to Chicago last year, and there's a shop in the outside Chicago area that there is no way anytime soon that shop was going to get to the standards that they were requiring, because that shop was 30 years old, stacked with product. I could just imagine some of the headaches that this is going to cause, especially for those guys that have been there in the worst of times.
Well, and you see that, like, my brother and I we were in Dallas, Texas about 2 years ago, and we're like, all right, we have, you know, a couple hours to kill. Let's go hit some sports card shops. We pull it up online, and guess what? all of a sudden we're going to these office buildings and there's not even a card shop there.
Yeah.
You just see a door and it's got,
an address. Yeah.
Why? Because they're just using these allocations for their braking company or their whatever they're using
distribution.
just to get it to sell it on the back end to other people. So they're trying to get away from it. I see what they're trying to do. Do I think they're going to harp down on you if you close at 6:00 on a Saturday night because you have to go to your kid's basketball game? No,
Right.
I don't think they're going to be all aspects looking at it that way. I just think they're trying to weed out the bad people in the market that's been taking advantage of the system for so long, and now it's going to come to where they have to put down standards of this is what it has to be.
Well, I think that's going to help a lot when you think about the fact that product gets redistributed and everything. So real quick, guys, make sure you give Coach Co a follow. You can follow him on at Coach Co Collectibles. Make sure you guys give him a follow. He is a great voice in the hobby. Coach, we really, really appreciate you coming on. And now I'm going to look forward to you coming to Vegas at the end of February.
Yes.
I'm pushing for that.
Get you in studio.
We got to make that happen.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Coach, thank you so much. We appreciate your insights. We appreciate all you have to offer in terms of the industry and our show as well. You may not call yourself an expert, but we will certainly give you that honor. Again, we appreciate your time, sir. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me. I had a blast.
Absolutely. And guys, that is what makes this show so cool because, even when we don't have a guest, we're able to kind of keep our thumb on, especially with you guys being the industry professionals. But when we could get that outside, insight as well, that really much is often on par and parallel to the viewpoints you guys share, but from a different location or a different shop, a different market. But it's all tapping into those industry trends. So much like we did with Brian Ludden a couple of weeks ago, we did it today with Coach Co. It's cool to kind of gauge that and see where the needle is moving, if you will.
Absolutely. And one step closer to taking over this hobby.
Yeah, I love it. Jimmy wants imperialism. Steve wants chaos. Either way, we like to mix it up and have fun here. But again, great stuff from Coach Co. Be sure to follow him on all his social media platforms, all his content. He creates a lot of content in addition to being a diehard sports fan. And again, in just the past couple of years, he has really established his footing in the space for trading cards and collectibles as well.
I got one quick thing really
absolutely.
quick.
Fire.
The rich keeps getting richer.
Fire.
And Kim signed with the Dodgers this last
Unreal.
week, which is just insane.
Yeah.
And now it sounds like he's going to go play second base for them and Mookie's going to play shortstop.
Yep.
Or vice versa. I don't know, but this is ridiculous.
And last week, we didn't even get to them re-signing T.O. on the deferred money.
Right. And that's a whole nother thing.
Teoscar Hernandez is
Teoscar
staying.
sat with
Yeah.
Ohtani, and Ohtani taught him the way. And now the Dodgers get to be the rich for richer for a long time.
What do you guys think of the whole deferred money thing anyway? Because a lot of people have some gripe with it.
I don't know. Bobby Bonilla loved
Right.
it.
Still to
Those
this
guys
day.
benefited. Still to this day,
This-
Bobby Bonilla Day.
This waking second, I'm completely with you. We'll continue to get more and more into the baseball offseason. Again, we have a lot of basketball, a lot of hockey to talk to. As we get closer to the spring, we'll keep our thumb on that. But again, it's going to be a lot of football, as it should be. We got college, we got the NFL, so keep tracking it. We will do the same. Good luck on your bets. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. We thank you so much for joining us again this Monday on the Game Day Huddle. For Jimmy, Steve, Brett, the whole Go Live Vegas crew, take care, and we'll catch you. Do you have something else? Or?
January 25th, Lou
Yes,
Ferrigno
yes.
signing at One of Us Comics, and the 26th, Lou will be signing at the Toy Shack down in the Fremont Street. So, sports fans, good time to go get Lou on something. If you're a pop culture fan, obviously anything Incredible Hulk, come on down, come see Lou. He'll be in store 2 o'clock both days, so stop by.
Absolutely. Well, no, absolutely. I'm happy you got that in there. We'll continue to plug that. Anything on the Go Live, on the Go Live Vegas front we do. But of course, on the Game Day Sports Cards, One of Us Comics, and everything in between. So follow, subscribe on all of our platforms. We appreciate you. We'll catch you next time right here on the Game Day Huddle. Have a great rest of your week.
See ya.